Welcome aboard, kid. Hello there, Pack, and welcome to the Wakcast, the wackest podcast on the internet. I am one of your three hosts, Super Symbiote.
I'm Naboo, that's who.
And I'm Fluff McGruff.
And today, since it's my week, we're going to finally talk about something that honestly I'm pretty excited for because I'm a Star Wars fan. And that, of course, would be the upcoming show Obi-Wan. Let's go. Let's go. Praise for Ewan McGregor, baby.
That's my favorite Jedi. Obi-Wan Kenobi.
If anyone who's listened to this podcast before doesn't realize that we're all Star Wars fans.
Oh, yeah.
They've kind of just not been listening because that's at least been 25% of our material. Let's dive in.
It's at least been a quarter of our material.
I feel like that's not true.
But I mean,
No,
shit.
Probably not. But there's been a couple.
It has been over a decade since Ewan McGregor has donned the robes of Jedi Master Obi-Wan and returning to form. This show will be directed by Deborah Chow, who has done a couple episodes of The Mandalorian. And of course, we'll star Ewan McGregor returning to Obi-Wan Kenobi. But we also have confirmed villain Hayden Christensen returning to the role of Darth Vader.
Before even getting to that, the fact that this has been over a decade since they've played these roles just blew my mind.
Yeah.
And also gave me a couple gray hairs.
Right? Like as us being not even 30, like that shit genuinely makes me feel old to know that I was a little kid watching those movies in theaters.
And it's been like 20 years.
Yeah.
2 decades, honestly, over a decade. Well, I mean, they've maybe showed up.
It's from their last performance, you know. So like
Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But it's close enough. I mean, it's been a minute.
With also what I found great is with, Hayden coming back to be Darth Vader, Ewan McGregor has kind of let slip in a couple interviews that one, the very first time he filmed a scene with Darth Vader, he nearly shit himself. And number two, he said there is one of the best lightsaber battles he's ever seen between him and Darth Vader. So those are confirmed going to be interactions, whether it's on Tatooine or not. We will have to discover, I guess, for ourselves. But what's interesting is the reason why Obi-Wan is on Tatooine is because he will actually be shadowing a young Luke Skywalker, who is a boy who he can tell is Force sensitive. So he is watching over Uncle Owen and, that whole family side. And they do have a child actor playing Luke, but I do not know who that is at this time. So fair enough.
So like they're literally just going to like make the old Ben story.
Yeah.
Like, the legend that like Luke knew growing up, we're going to see why old Ben.
Yeah. He's going to like bleed into the New Hope version of Obi-Wan, the hermit that we knew. Okay. And I don't know if that'll necessarily happen during the course of this show, but you can definitely tell that's where they're going. But
that's awesome.
Not only will Darth Vader be the villain of this show, but of course the new Empire, or as we know them, the Empire has formed, and with that comes the Inquisitors. So we will be seeing some live action Inquisitors. Of course, the internet has absolutely goofed on these designs for the Inquisitors. But I don't.
Please show some Inquisitors right now.
Yeah, on the screen.
Inquisitors are sick.
On the screen, I will show you the cartoon Inquisitors and then their live action counterparts, and you can kind of see why maybe some people are goofing on it, but honestly, I don't care. It's Star Wars. Just let it happen. Just let it be a thing.
It's always just refreshing for more things that we know about to be brought to life like this. Now like we knew the Inquisitors in the game, and like now we get to see them live action.
I was gonna say really quick, with that being said, too, the immediate first thing I started thinking when the Inquisitors popped up is, Are we going to get a live action Trilla, a second sister from Fallen Order, and maybe a cameo or something? Because we did get the BD robot in Boba Fett. So
yeah, I think it would be cool if they went with the second sisters, because like then they could bring in Cal, and like if Cal met Obi-Wan.
But the question is, do the timelines match up? Like, I don't know exactly, but I feel like the show might be
Luke is
a
a
bit
child, and
before
I
that.
mean they were born at the end of
yeah, that game is only I can't remember. It's like a couple years after Anakin became Vader. So Luke
so
would
like
still
yeah,
be a
Cal's
child.
definitely alive at the same time that this is going down.
Yeah. So I mean it's
Cool.
I don't want to
Which means
say
the second
like,
sister is too.
oh, he'll be in it, because this is going to be a mini series. Of course, Justin hates that because I mean there is no contractual obligation for you and to do a full film or anything.
It's dumb. It's so small.
He did say that the best part about this is that each episode is like pushed an hour long. So if you really concern yourself with it that much, he said just watch all 6 episodes at one time. Bam, you got a 6-hour Star Wars movie.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
which
there
is
you go.
Which is all about like one of the coolest Jedis ever.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
I was gonna say like
that's
which is
fine.
probably how most people would watch, but I assume they're gonna release it weekly, and most people are gonna watch it weekly. But once it's all out, I mean, yeah, people will be like, "Oh, let me just binge that."
Well, when they drop like, oh no, never mind. No, yeah, they do that show weekly, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they like to do that on Disney. They like to tease you.
Just have to wait like 2 months and then you can binge it.
Well, what's also nice about this show is they pushed it back 2 days, and in doing so decided to give it a 2-episode premiere. So you get the first 2 hours on the first day of the premiere, which will be late May. I think it's like May 27th or something like that.
Oh,
let's go.
Yeah,
so
that should be cool.
Less than a month.
Yep,
less than a month.
It's right around the corner.
Oh, shit, yeah, that is less than a month.
Yeah, we don't have a lot. Yeah. They've only dropped like one trailer and a couple screenshots in the magazine, so there's not even a whole lot to show. But yeah, I mean, in terms of information, you know, Ewan McGregor's done a couple interviews about it. Said that after so long of being away from the character that it's actually kind of supernatural how easy it was to just attach himself back into being Obi-Wan. And the chemistry with Hayden, he said, felt like it did back in the day. And he has extremely, extremely high hopes for this show. And I'm gonna be real, I'm backing him. I can't find one thing I don't like about this as a Star Wars fan.
That's awesome to hear that they feel that support off each other and that their chemistry is right where it was in 2001, 2. Like,
yeah, way
that's really
back
cool.
in the day.
And like I feel like, like they're just as big of fans as the rest of us. Like they got to play these dream roles, and I'm sure they're just as excited to get to play these again, especially Hayden Christensen coming in with more support, I feel like, than he's ever had.
Oh yeah,
he got real shit on, but now I feel like he gets to come back into this role backed by the fans, excited to see him again. And like I'm just glad. I really hope their performances just shine because of it.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah. It's like, oh damn, I forgot what I was gonna say.
I know, I'm sorry, I went on.
Oh shit, right. So they're playing like more mature versions of the characters too, and I'm excited to see like how they take that. Like, I mean, we saw Hayden Christensen do like young Anakin and like devolve into like dark Anakin and shit, but this is straight up Darth Vader. Like, the only thing we got Darth Vader of the last Anakin was no. Like, that's it. You know, So like to see how he's gonna take this like super dark evil character. And I mean, Ewan McGregor, whom I just always trust everything he says, saying like that he almost
Yeah.
shit his pants when he saw Darth Vader is like somehow that this man has like a terrifying presence. And I'm excited to see how he took that, because it's like he's not the protagonist this time, you know. Even as a bad guy in Revenge of the Sith, he was still a protagonist. Now he's the straight antagonist. Like he's gonna be a bad dude.
Yeah.
Excited for that.
Yeah, and definitely Homeboy said in preparation, when he found out that this was happening, of course he had to wait a little bit, but once it had finished, he went back and binged all of Clone Wars and Rebels so he could understand the story that had already been built for Anakin and Darth Vader, and he could try to embody that in live action. And that's pretty sick.
Yeah, what a great that was part of the reason I like pursued acting for so long. Because what a great part of your job is to be like, you know, it would really help me succeed in my job is to binge Rebels.
Yeah.
Let me
Binge
do
some
this. I'm doing
cartoons.
serious work right now for 2 weeks while I binge
Study
this show.
Anakin.
And he is. I mean, it's true. Like he actually
Yeah.
is doing the research. It's good to hear he's doing that because I mean, those shows are really good. They're pivotal to the story that's been built.
Oh,
There's a
hell
lot
yeah.
of things in there that a lot of people don't know if you haven't like seeked out that information, that lore and the canon that's been revealed in these cartoons for so long. But it's cool that he is taking the time to do that, to be like right where he should be for this role.
Yeah, I have faith in him. I'll be real. Like, I know he was a little shoddy in the original trilogy, but he's had a lot of time to mature as an actor and like understand this character now. I think he's going to kill it. So, of course, now we're just going to move right into the questions section of this little podcast we have. And, of course, the first question is, after all of this time, almost, if not for sure, 2 decades, what do you, how do you feel? I mean, what do you feel when you hear that Obi-Wan Kenobi is coming back to tell another tale?
I feel like how I assume a lot of the like 40, 50-year-olds felt when Boba Fett got his own series. Because
Okay.
like granted, Obi-Wan was in those movies, but he was only in them for a bit. He wasn't like as cool as we know him.
He wasn't
the
Ewan
Clone
McGregor
Wars and stuff. Yeah, he wasn't the Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan. But Boba Fett was cool in those other movies, and like it's just it makes me ecstatic to see it. You know, anything that gives me that nostalgia from the early 2000s, because we were gifted with so much stuff. You know,
Yeah.
when they were making a movie, a Star Wars movie, that became the culture. You know, our soda cans had Star Wars on it.
Pizza
Everything we
boxes.
bought had fucking Jar Jar's face on it. And
or
that
Darth
was
Maul, dude.
that was peak of civilization, I tell you, man.
Scary ass.
Those collectible cups that was like Jar Jar's head, all that stuff, man.
That
wish
early
they would bring it back.
2000s.
I wish they would like try and push that feel too with it. You know, make the Pepsi machines and the Coke machines around the world have like Anakin's face on it.
I'm
It'd be
back.
sick. But yeah, it makes me feel good to see, especially Ewan McGregor, who did so well portraying Obi-Wan already, to see him get to like reprise the role in a more mature way. And like just, I mean, who doesn't love these characters, you know?
Who doesn't love Star Wars?
All right, go ahead, Justin. I've gone on too long.
I'm excited to see Ewan McGregor. One, I just really like Ewan McGregor. I think, you know, if you've been listening, you've picked that up already. I think he's a terrific actor. And so he's gonna kill it. But like also I do think that another thing is like, so he's gotten kind of older, and like I feel like the Obi-Wan that he's gonna be portraying is like a wiser Obi-Wan who's also like a better force master than when he was in the movies. So he's gonna be like
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like his force, I feel like his force powers are gonna be like his main shining point at this point, because like he is like the last master, like technically.
So maybe on similar levels to Luke in that second to last Star Wars movie.
Yeah, you know, like
movie. With the movie where he force projected himself. That was the 8th one, right?
Oh yeah, The Last Jedi.
Yeah, that was The Last Jedi. Yeah, and yeah. Sorry. I'm so bad with titles. But yeah, in The Last Jedi, like probably so similar powers, maybe. Although
if you
well, I don't know if it's gonna be like that, but
because Luke was at peak power there. I mean, right? Like right?
if you can give me the same feel that the end of Mandalorian season 2 with Jedi Master Luke Skywalker unleashed on the Empire, that's what I need. Like the green lightsaber, you know how Luke was out there force crushing and shit. Like I wonder if Obi-Wan's gonna be on that scale in this show. Like if he has to fight an Inquisitor, he's like, look, I'm gonna be real. You don't want this. Like it's gonna be fantastic.
No, yeah, I feel like when he does have to fight, he's gonna like whoop ass.
Turn around and walk
now, what
away.
I assume most people are gonna see is he's gonna have his lightsaber and he's gonna be like, "You don't want that," and then he's gonna look down and be like, "You might want that."
You might want that.
Because it's Ewan McGregor. I mean, what alien isn't gonna be like, "All right,
hello there."
okay.
It'll just break the internet. It'll break the internet.
Speaking of Obi-Wan and relationships, maybe do you think we'll get to see a bit of him? You know, actually having, slightly breaking Jedi code. We all know he does it. We all know he gets a little boo thing. And
I mean, it's possible. I think at this point at this point in his mind, maybe he'll get to that point where he's like, well, the Jedi are dead. So
wait, does Obi-Wan have a boo thing? I don't think he does.
Yeah.
In Clone Wars.
The thing.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well,
I have no right to be talking about because I haven't seen the full series. I can't even. I think her name's Celine, but that might be wrong.
He got a boo thing.
But yeah, he does a whole he got a secret love as well.
Yeah, so we might see him
well, he's only human.
I'm only human. All right, moving on to question number 2. Who do you want to see cameo? Because all the Star Wars shows got that one cameo.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul confirmed not in this show.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what they'd say if he was gonna be in this show.
Well, it's canon, so you gotta think like Clone Wars didn't end with him being, on the loose. In the Rebels canon, Darth Maul doesn't meet back up with Obi-Wan until he's been Kenobi, and Obi-Wan strikes him down on the desert of Tatooine.
But like, aren't we going there in this series?
Yeah, but
that's years from now. That's years from now.
Last episode.
Maul reveal, maybe.
I would say that they definitely went ahead and cracked that egg, and they said that the reason why Darth Maul is not in this show is because they already had to focus a story on Darth Vader, as well as introduce even more characters in the Inquisitors, and try to focus a live action story for those cartoon characters. And it makes sense. Like,
even if they ended the series with just a shot of Darth Maul going to Tatooine,
not to mention, I'm pretty sure the guy who plays Darth Maul has been in some shit in the past couple of years. So I remember something about a scandalous picture or video of his wife being posted online or some shit, and Disney was like, whoa. But I mean, like I said,
probably wasn't.
Like I said, I understand it. I definitely understand it, because I feel like I don't know, like you got Darth Vader out there who knows that Obi-Wan's alive. And he's like, Obi-Wan's on Tatooine. So like I feel like that presence alone, they'd be like, well, Darth Maul coming in. I mean, that would just kind of
I know,
muff it
yeah,
up.
but like even if it's just like I said, like a cameo at the very end where we just like see him, it's like Darth Maul, just to, like spark our imagination. Like that would be cool.
I mean,
All
that'd
right, well,
be
either way, I guess I've already said who I expect, but I expect we're gonna see the love of Obi-Wan come in.
Maybe some flashback.
Because it would be nice to see, because at least live action wise, if my memory holds, like we've seen Obi-Wan being very strict with the guidelines of the Jedi. But I mean that's all.
Yeah, that's how
That's all up
Qui-Gon
in the air
was.
now.
Ahsoka would be cool.
Yeah, I
Obi-Wan
mean,
series, it's a rom-com.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm calling it now.
It's a dark horror. Yeah, it's a murder mystery. Obi-Wan's dead, and it's up to us to solve it.
Oh my gosh.
But no, yeah, I mean, Ahsoka would be cool too, but I mean, it wouldn't be a big surprise.
Ahsoka would be.
We've got a lot of Ahsoka Tano already in the live action.
Why not just
Thrawn
would
be cool. Thrawn, I don't know a whole lot about Thrawn, but my roommate really loves Thrawn.
Also, Cal.
I would like to see more of him.
Yeah, that's Cal was one I was thinking of.
Hopefully brings BD1. What's his name?
BD1.
Yeah.
Help me, BD1.
The live action BD1 I need. Honestly, and one of these shows needs to give me BD1.
Bro,
I mean, I just think
he's in Mando. Well, it's a BD1 unit, but I don't know if it is the BD1.
It's not. Yeah.
But like Cal Kestis, that dude, I don't even know that actor's name. All right. He was the fucking Joker in Gotham, and he was fucking Ian Gallagher.
Shameless.
From Shameless. It's just wasted potential.
I can't pronounce his last name. It's like Cameron Monaghan or something.
Yeah, it's not like
his last name is hard to pronounce, which is fair.
I feel like it's just wasted that like he starred in Fallen Jedi Order.
Yeah.
And it's canon game. They went through the trouble to canonize it like to the story. And they're just not using him as an actor in Star Wars things. Like he's young and he could do the lightsaber battles, and it would be nuts.
And Shameless is over, so he's not like contractually obligated to do Shameless now either.
Right, and he like got fucking ripped as fuck for Gotham in the end of Shameless. So I just don't get why no Cal Kestis.
No Cal Kestis.
Just BD1, who's cool, but
Yeah. I mean, that's fair argument. So number 4. Oh, well, no, number 3 jumped ahead of myself there, sir. I've forgotten how to count. All I live and breathe is Star Wars now. So number 3, how heavy do you think Darth Vader will impact this story? Will it be all about some Vader action, or will he kind of just be on the sideline until the big battle at the end?
I think he's going to be a scary force that gets avoided. I think because based on how it goes, like just the Star Wars story, like Ben Kenobi actively avoids Vader. And then if he's watching over Luke in this series, I feel like Vader is more something that Obi-Wan will deal with in the beginning and then actively avoids Vader. And maybe has to like throw him off of Luke's trail like one good time throughout the series.
I feel the same. I bet we're going to get a good bit of Vader in the beginning, maybe set up that menacing presence, either episode 1, episode 2, and then probably not a whole lot. And then maybe a good bit towards the end. But it also really depends on if they're setting up for a season 2 or if they're setting up for something else.
Right. I feel like that's how Disney's been doing the Star Wars thing, because I feel like they went from like Mandalorian to Boba Fett, and like I feel like they have these like lead-ins to like do other random fucking stories of people. So like they can just pick characters and do a mini series, and it kind of just expands on the lore of Star Wars. And I mean, it's really cool and smart. So more power to them.
Yeah, I mean, they're killing it right now.
You know,
I would like to see a lot of Vader, but I don't think we'll get, too much.
Yeah.
But if they're saying that this is some of the scariest Vader, I'm sure it's going to be good. Whatever we got, I'm sure it's going to be.
I need to see scary Vader.
Like how we felt at the end of Fallen Order. If you've played Fallen Order, you were.
No, yeah,
you were
like, to hit that
I'm
shit
probably close to the end of the game now. Like, oh, where did I just
choking?
It's like I just finally beat that Inquisitor, and oh no.
Oh my God.
I thought I had unlocked everything in the game, and I did, and I am not strong enough for this.
No, yeah, I tried to shoot that round with him the first time, and I was like, okay, no, I'm out of here.
All those ponchos you collected can't help you.
Them ponchos don't do shit.
It was. I tried fighting him so
what
many
design
times.
your ship has.
Nah, you're dead. Don't even try, dude. You have to. It took me a while to understand that you have to run. The game wants you to not beat Vader. I was like, okay, fair enough.
That's what's realistic.
No, that is real.
I think that's why it got to be canon, and Starkiller didn't.
Just that level of oh shit.
Like Starkiller could take on Vader, and they're like, no. No one can take on Darth Vader.
That's not cool anymore. All right, and with that, we're going to move on to the final question. Do you hope that the fans can rally behind and get us a second season of Kenobi?
That's a great question. Definitely. I'm sure they're making this season in a way that could either be a one-shot, but they'll probably leave it open at the end if the fan reception is so high that they can keep it moving. Now, that also depends on Ewan McGregor, who just keeps going up in age. Like, the role becomes, honestly, maybe now I'm thinking about it, the role becomes easier for him to play the older he gets. They can just keep, because that's Obi-Wan started as old as shit.
Yeah, he'll just bleed into Ben Kenobi eventually.
So
he'll finally fulfill that
fans
role.
should rally hard for a season 2 because
of encompassing that whole character.
You don't make an Obi-Wan series and season 1's going to be bad. Like, this is one of those things where I'm just like, there's no way season 1 can be bad, right?
No, I mean, yeah, right? I don't think it will be if it makes you feel any better. I'm behind it. You've got me.
And yeah, I would love a season 2 because 6 episodes, you said, right? Like, that's not enough.
6 hours.
I already know that's not enough. Whatever it is, it's not going to be enough.
No, I mean, I'm there. I need a season 2.
Yeah, I would enjoy a season 2. I like having things that I can, watch for a while.
I just like watching stuff.
I mean, I know I'm never gonna get like another like 12 seasons of like The Office, but like,
bro,
don't
get started. Oh, but yeah, I think we're all hoping for a season 2. No way, this motherfucker's damn good. But yeah, I think we can all get behind season 2.
Yeah. So I mean, Disney, if you happen to stumble across this podcast, there's 3 Kenobi dedicated people here that we're gonna start that petition for a season 2, baby. So of course, with all that good shit being talked about, you got that to look forward to. It's coming out on Disney Plus next month. But we are going to move into my special segment of this podcast, which will be the symbiotic shout out. Yeah. If you couldn't tell, that was All Might who was guest starring to do my intro just now. So thank you, All Might.
Yeah, like you know anything about All Might.
I don't.
Damn shade.
I don't. I'll own it right there. I don't watch shade. It. I do not watch My Hero Academia. I'm sorry. And today on the Symbiotic Shoutout, we will be talking about CinemaCon, which just recently happened, which for, cinephile nerds like myself, that's an extremely big deal. Although we don't have a lot of footage from CinemaCon, they have assured us that it's coming. But we got massive amounts of announcements, but I only kind of picked out a couple that I think we all would appreciate. So as we know, we have Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is confirmed. It'll be coming out in the next 2 years.
Ooh, yeah.
We also have Black Panther 2 confirmed for the next 2-year release.
What the fuck?
So that is
wow.
It is a way to, as they put it, maybe expand on the lore of Wakanda and serve as a tribute to Chadwick. So they will probably explain in the movie why T'Challa is not around anymore. And I'm assuming will focus on Shuri and a lot of the other people of Wakanda. So, I mean, that's obviously pretty sad.
I mean, why not support that? Yeah, I mean, it sucks, but
yeah,
I'll support it regardless.
Yeah, that's super sad, but we're here for it. But we also have Miss Marvel, which we did get a trailer for, the TV series. And we know that the Marvels will be coming out in the next 2 years. But we did just get another announcement as of today that the Marvels, which is the sequel to Captain Marvel, has been delayed 5 months and has been replaced with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which will be releasing in 2023.
That's another Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That movie is going to focus on the multiverse and is going to set up the next MCU big bad, which will be Kang the Conqueror, confirmed to be the villain. So he will be our next Thanos style time traveling. Awesome. Which I know you guys haven't seen Loki, so massive spoiler, and I'm sorry, but if you've seen Loki, then you know that at the end, Kang's variant is killed, which automatically sets the timeline into events, and when Loki comes back to his timeline, everyone now worships a statue of a man named Kang the Conqueror. So he is coming. And he is close, according to Ant-Man and the Wasp. We are about to get our next big Marvel setup for the next couple years.
No way.
So the multiverse saga has led us to the king of the multiverse himself, Kang the fucking Conqueror, is coming. And that'll be Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. So look forward to that. But we also got a green light confirmation that the Batman 2 is officially greenlit. It's going into works. Zoe Kravitz is back, Robert Pattinson, Matt Reeves. So if you were a big fan of the Batman, WB has taken all that money they made and they said, hey, let's make more. And they're going to make a sequel. Nice. So that's definitely on my list. Like,
I mean, if you've listened to this podcast, you know we all are all for that movie. It was so good.
Yeah,
if you've listened to this podcast, you definitely know
we're
all about that.
I mean,
man, it's just true.
It is a fantastic movie.
There's at least probably one person out there who I'm referring to, right?
Right?
Get
You
in the comments.
understand.
There's definitely get in the comments.
But of course, in the nastier side, since obviously, again, if you watch or listen to this podcast, we don't really favor the movie too much, but the Avatar sequel that people have waited their lifetime for is greenlit. They got some footage. It was apparently pretty wild and visually stunning, like you would imagine. And they announced that the original Avatar will be digitally remastered and re-released in theaters.
Okay, that's just a money grab. That's they didn't even put any makeup on it. That's just a money grab.
Yep. And Hollywood,
we've already been over this, but
Hollywood is officially moving forward with a Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Okay.
So
I feel like
it's going to be like Forgotten Realms.
Dungeons and Dragons movie for several years. I feel like I keep hearing they're moving forward with a Dungeons and Dragons movie. We'll see. I don't know why, but in my head, for some reason, it's like we'll see how they do this Borderlands movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't see a Dungeons and Dragons movie working. It's just fantasy. Like, it's just fantasy. It's all different.
Well, hold on now. My thing is like there's this thing inside of Dungeons and Dragons called Forgotten Realms that is like stories in the Dungeons and Dragons universe.
No, you're right. That's a good point. There are already fleshed out,
like with characters like Driz Dart and Artemis and Trary.
My thing is just it depends what direction they take the movie. Like, are they going for a family friendly, funny comedy, and we're just gonna get a Jumanji remake in the D&D world, or is it gonna be like, this is for fucking nerds who actually play Dungeons and Dragons? Like, are they gonna create like a fantasy movie based on one of those?
I think that's how it would be good.
Dungeons and Dragons, one of those stories. Yeah, that's how fair. It would be good. Yeah, but I don't,
but if they try and incorporate it
what sells movies, so it, also maybe even like a good example is like Detective Pikachu, because it's like they were like, let's take a video game and make it. I mean, which they've done a billion times. I guess there's tons of examples. Maybe Uncharted's a better example. Even though it's not a video game, Dungeons and Dragons, it's a whole game in a world, but I feel like it's just hard to put on the screen,
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
Depending on who they make it for. Like, if they just make it as like a cash grab for the family, then it's going to be bad. But if they're like, let's make a nerd movie, then I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But I guess I'm sorry. I feel like I keep going on these negative rants, but I will say that it is cool.
He's triggered.
D&D is finally getting to that spotlight, like a whole fucking like movie that's gonna bring Dungeons and Dragons to a lot of people that haven't heard of it, maybe, or they always thought it was just some kind of Satanist thing. They'll be like, oh, it's a game.
I mean, yeah,
so that's a good thing.
That's a good argument. That's a good argument.
I'm sorry. I'm done.
Word. So rounded out this whole CinemaCon thing that I have lit up, of course, again, we're not big fans of Ezra Miller. You know how that goes. But we did get some footage of the new Flash movie, which got the room pretty excited. Apparently we got to see a lot of Michael Keaton. We got to see the new Batmobile, a bat cycle. He uttered the famous line from the original Batman film, "Oh, you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." So I'm pretty excited for this. And they showed an updated version of his Bat Cave, which featured 7 different bat suits that we have never seen before from Michael Keaton. We did get some footage of Ben Affleck. They said he's looking good. He's looking Batman, and it's They said it looks like, honestly, from a fan standpoint, the people who saw that footage said it's looking like it's going to be a banger. It's going to be an absolute banger. And they also got an exclusive sneak peek at Black Adam, so people would know what to expect. And apparently, from what we heard, that trailer ends with Hawkeye saying, "You may be a god and you may be a man, but heroes don't kill people." And Black Adam said, "I do," and lit up with lightning. So Black Adam is also coming out soon. So we got that to look forward to. And yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of announcements coming out in the next couple days. We're going to probably get some trailers and footage and whatnot. But
fucking Multiverse of Madness comes out in like
next weekend.
In like
7
less
days.
than a week.
Yeah. Comes out next Friday.
Yeah. A week from now.
I gotta find a movie theater. Shit.
Well, later this week, by the time you're hearing this episode.
Yeah.
You only have a couple of days, so go get your tickets.
Oh yeah, if there's any if there's any left at your theater, you better cop them Doctor Strange tickets. Luckily, me and Justin live in a place that that's not going to be an issue. So.
No, yeah.
We'll be seeing that shit. Yeah, we'll be seeing that shit for sure.
It is an issue for me. I don't know if I'll be able to see it. I should try to see it on Friday.
You a copy? I'll just record it on my iPhone.
No, I wouldn't want you to have to, take away from your own experience by having to worry about a camera. So don't worry about it. Fair
enough. Yeah, we wouldn't want to inconvenience you by FaceTiming during Doctor Strange. But all right, yeah.
FaceTime? Well, that'd be sick.
That's gonna
I'll
do
just
it.
Set up a little stand.
No, there you go. Yeah. We'll bring a tripod, or we'll get like one of those clips, and you can just like clip it onto your shirt, like a Resident Evil character, and you can just film it that way. You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that, government.
So Whack-Pack, if you're listening, we're gonna be on Discord. We're gonna stream the
oh my god,
streaming the Multiverse of Madness on
the Wakcast Discord. Check it out.
Make sure you catch us on Twitch.
We don't have a Discord yet.
Immediately, just for safety, YouTube is gonna just flag this video now. They're gonna be like, "Well, we're just pumping the brakes."
Oh shit, you might want to cut that part out then.
It's a joke. We're fine. Anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for the symbiotic shout out, which in turn is going to do it for this episode of the Wakcast. Of course, we thank you for joining us. If you haven't already, it'd mean a lot if you guys click that red subscribe button. It pops up at the end of all the videos. And look, I know what you're thinking. That shit pops up and you're like, this douchebag. But look, hear us out. Just click that little red button. It really helps out the channel. We would greatly fucking appreciate it. If you have anything, go ahead.
Or if you're on Spotify, just go ahead and save the podcast.
Yep. Click a follow.
Whatever it is.
It would greatly
next episode.
It would greatly help out the channel, and we would appreciate it as well. Of course, if you got anything that you want to hear us talk about, you can hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. We have all of those accounts. You can shoot us a message either way. It doesn't matter. We'll get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, as always, I've been one of your 3 Jedi hosts, Super Symbiote.
Yeah. I'm Naboo, that too.
And I'm Fluff McGruff.
And have a good Tuesday.
Oh yeah, we are on Tuesdays now.
We are on Tuesdays. Now that's a whack production.